What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that analysis on the hottest topics today and yesterday. We're going to talk about obviously the Golden State Warriors having some guys say, well, we can wait because we rather play with y'all than any other team, or we don't really have offers from any other teams, especially when it comes to being a contender. And the Golden State Warriors are one of the best teams in the Western Conference. Um, they do need defense. They do need aggressiveness. Gary Payton II can bring that, especially because they know it. He was a part of that championship winning team. You know that DeAnthony Melton can hit perimeter shots and play decent defense. I still have to see what he does after that ACL tear. We know that takes away your mobility. We know that takes away your burst and your quickness and your lateral quickness, which can make you a worse defender. But they look at it like they can't find nothing better, and they're fine with what they're getting, with what he can possibly bring to the table. He does understand his game. He does understand his role, and I don't think that that's going to change anytime soon. So that's why the Warriors like him. And Al Horford, a lot of people was like, wow, they really was waiting and really was prioritizing um, Al Horford, and I think that he's just the guy that they want. Like the guy played against them in the NBA Finals. They're going to give him a multi-year deal. Obviously, he feels like he's still an NBA player. He still feels like he's going to be one in the future. He can hit threes. He can hit a mid-range. He can still finish around the basket. He's still a switchable big. He's still a guy that can guard the post. He can knock down free throws. He can set good screens. He can do dribble handoffs. Still at his advanced age. He's going into his 19th season. We're seeing a lot of guys play longer into their careers because they're taking care of their bodies and they're staying ready. He did give 9.6 boards and 2 assists in 27 minutes per game for the Boston Celtics. That's really, really good to see from a guy his age. A lot of people say the Warriors, y'all talking about the Clippers, the Warriors are really, really old too. And that will be really true. Like they got a lot of older guys, got a lot of guys that you surprised that can still play at the level that they're playing. I do think Al Horford helps this team a lot too because Draymond Green needed some help guarding some bigger centers, guarding some, other guys while still trying to lock down the paint or be a help defender. Obviously, Jimmy Butler was the type of defender that they needed on the wing, especially on the perimeter, especially because he's also a playmaker. And they needed another way to help Steph and Dre take that load off of them offensively. And Jimmy Butler has shown that he can be a great fit doing that, and Al Horford can do the same. He can pass in the post. He can find guys with his IQ. But I'm still a guy that's looking at it like a lot of these guys are better than what's left. That's why the Warriors look at these three guys and say they're not perfect. They might not, be the most youngest guys. They might not be the most athletic players, but they understand the game and know how to play it at a high level, and they know how to play their roles at a high level, and that's essential to winning basketball. We know how Steve Kerr sees it, and we know what he's trying to do. And these three guys do all of those things, moving without the basketball, playing hard, just playing in the passing lanes, getting out in transition if they have opportunity and space on the floor, and making sure other guys getting open or you finding other guys. And these guys understand that type of basketball because winning basketball and all these guys basically have been kind of winning their entire career when they got to a great situation or they was able to get in a good situation because those teams found them as players that can play those roles and other players just couldn't buy in. But obviously, as we get closer to the regular season, we're going to see a lot of guys get waived, a lot of guys get cut because they're just not going to make the camp. And if they do make the camp, they're not going to make the team going into the season. Another big thing that happened was the Philadelphia 76ers rejected Quentin Grimes' proposal to extend qualifying offer deadline. So that's going to be something interesting to watch how it plays out. Sixers did also waive Igor Miletic Jr. Timberwolves signed Jules Bernard and Zion Pulling to camp deals. We'll see if they make the final roster. Um, the Warriors' second round pick, Will Richard, agreed to a 4-year contract. We'll see how long he stays with the Warriors. We'll see how long that contract actually stays. In the NBA, you know how those contracts can be. They can waive you, they can cut you if they don't see fit or they don't think it will. Also, the second round pick, Alex Tui, agrees to a 2-way contract. That's to give flexibility to the Warriors while still maintaining the ability to keep them or try them out longer. Kuminga ended up not appearing at media day, and he said he won't be at the mini camp. That sucks because that is that he really wants to leave instead of staying. But at least he's still doing what he has to do until that deadline comes. It's sad that he doesn't really want to take part in being with the team. That's just a bad look for him and his team. But it does make sense to show them that they're not playing around and they want to get something done, even if they have to leave next season. The Sixers waived Marcus Bagley, unfortunately for him. Um, I will also say that Tatum is slowly coming back. He's ahead of schedule to me. He looks good. He looks like he's confident in that leg. He's not really shying with it. He's not really trying to be too comfortable with it. It seems like he's still being cautious and still being smart with this injury, but he also showing you that he's committed 100% to coming back with the Celtics and trying to help them win another championship. And he looked good. I did see him really, really putting that leg to work, that Achilles to work, and that just shows you that he's healing the right way and things are going his way. And I just wish him the best, and I just hope they can come back 100% or close to it without trying to feel that he has to help this team out too much. We'd rather see you 100% or close to it if you can get there than have you play this season, because we have that much respect for you, as the Celtics have been showing you that. I've been going to Celtics games, and I always love seeing Tatum. He's one of my favorite players. I have his jersey, and I just hope he don't, feel that he has to do all this and do that just to be a Celtic or just to prove something. I'm happy he's looking at it as health is wealth type of perspective, because we really need him for the long term, not just for this season. Lakers did waive Kyler Kelly. Not a real big surprise there. We'll see what happens with his career. Kings did waive Jameer Nelson Jr. and Jalen Williams. Those guys was always the more cuttable ones, unfortunately for them. But now they're free to choose what they want to do. You also got to look at it like Austin Reeves could make $4 million per year on his next contract, but he does want to stay with the Lakers. If he had the choice, that's going to be a contract they're going to have to be, very smart with, because they ain't really got no wiggle room until LeBron leaves. And if LeBron leaves, then is Austin Reeves really the number 2 or number 3 guy you need to win the championship with? Because if you lock him into that, you got to find somebody that's willing to take him. Most team that's willing to take him ain't giving you nothing good in return. They're trying to win a championship with Luka, and they need to be all on board on making moves that make sense to be able to do that. And that's a move that a lot of people are watching and looking at, saying, well, he's good, but, is he great? We'll see what happens with him this year, how they fit together with the current roster in LA. Other than that, Jokic, he had to announce that I want to be a Nugget for as long as I can. They put the talent around me. They believed in me, and they drafted me. Obviously, they helped me get a championship by putting the right players that fit. They listened to what we needed. They seen what we had to do to be able to get over that hump, to get over that hill. This was the only championship for Denver, their first. And Jokic looking at it like, I'm the best player in the league. I should be able to help us get to at least another NBA finals or a couple more and compete for championships. The Denver Nuggets, they have one of the best rosters in the entire NBA. They're definitely legit title contenders, and they should be as long as Jokic is in his prime. But Jokic has that type of game where it's going to age well. You just have to eventually put another star with him in the future as he ages. You want Jokic to age gracefully And I hope that he does. It looks like he will. He hasn't really had no crazy injuries. He doesn't really play a game that's really too physical, and he has found a way to dominate the game without being a crazy athlete. And he understands how to, even if he does, get his teammates involved and make their jobs easier and make role players look amazing. So he got the qualities that we know he has as an NBA superstar. And obviously the Nuggets would be happy to keep him. He's a team player. He's coachable. He's likable, and he's a guy that dominates the game. So, we'll see what they do. They wanted to go with depth this year while still giving their starting lineup the love that they need. Remember, this was always a Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic type of offense. This was always built around their 1-2 punch ability. Michael Porter just fit with it with his outside shooting and his rebounding and his transitioning game. Now they're just going to go with a guy that can do something similar, that's not going to deviate too much from their strategy, while still having guys that can come in and contribute even in the long season to make sure that they're ready and healthy for the playoffs. So, it makes sense why he will want to stay a Nugget his entire life, because they basically give him everything that they want. Here's the money, here's the team, here's the coach, whatever you need to be able to function to help us win games and possibly another championship and a championship in general, we're happy to do. Right. A lot of these teams not in that position. A lot of these teams don't have a player like Jokic. And if they did, they would do the exact same thing, because we see it all the time. So, it's very interesting to see how things are going to turn out for other rosters, because Kevin Durant, he's expected to eventually sign with the Rockets extension. They traded for him. They felt like he was the missing guy, the missing piece, the player that will get them over the hump. We will see if that's true. Unfortunately, Fred VanVleet ended up tearing his ACL. He was a guy that can provide floor space and three-point shooting, a guy that can put the ball on the floor and make a shot, get to the line a couple times a game, make a layup, be a transition player, be a guy that can handle the ball and make good decisions and run the offense and still find a way to get out the way and move without the basketball and still be dangerous on the basketball court. But, he's still under contract. His knee shouldn't take the skills that he has away from him. And I just hope he gets 100% healthy. I really like Fred VanVleet. I've been a fan of his, working his way all the way up to being an all-star. Was very impressive. And I think he's going to find a way to overcome this. I don't know if he's going to be with the Rockets for a long period of time, but I think that he was a guy that did fit what they were trying to do and was trying to be. It is unfortunate that he's not going to be able to see out this season when they got a guy that can really fit well with him also, and he can also fit well, by giving the guy what he needs from time to time, which is Kevin Durant and Şengün and those guys. So I would say, looking at this season, it's going to suck a little bit for the Rockets for that reason. They had everything going their way, and then they had an injury that's going to take, a huge load um, mentally on their fan base and, on the team, for them to be able to handle it and be able to lift it. But, they still have a lot of talent. They still should be able to win 50 games. They still should be able to have a great season. And we'll just probably see if VanVleet, what he can be and what he can do next year, um, if he can come back, even if it's later in that season. Other than that, all I gotta say is thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first comes out. I make conversation videos just like this about various NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, future stars, and also my draft and draft coverage. So you love that type of stuff. You can't get enough of it. This is the channel for you. You should definitely subscribe and continue to check out the content, because I got over 3,000 videos plus already on my channel that you can watch right now and enjoy for free. Not only that, also say I upload videos each and every day. So you love basketball content, can't get enough of it, and you need more and more and more of it. This is the channel for you to be supporting. Thank y'all for supporting me already. Thank y'all for buying the merchandise. Thank y'all for also being there in the past, the present. Hopefully y'all still there for me. Helping me make it through these years and these days by giving y'all dope content in the future. And also, I would say thank you for appreciating the content for what it is and continuing to come back and enjoying the content that I make. That's a 50-50 reason why this channel is still going on. You guys love what I make. Y'all love how I make it. And that's why you guys are my fans. And that's why I love making videos for y'all. And that's why this channel continues for 10 plus years. Let's make 2015 the day of the past and 2025 a better year than that one. That's the only goal. Got other goals. 1 million total views would be cool to do. 4,000 plus videos would be cool to see and put out for y'all. But I need y'all to continue to watch and continue to support to the best y'all be like I've been doing. So let's just keep it up. I'm gonna do my part. I need y'all to continue to do y'all's. Thanks for making time for me. Thanks for continuing to find a way to support the channel the best way you can. I'm going for now. Thanks for watching. Peace. And see you guys hopefully later tomorrow or today. We'll see what happens. Gone. Y'all stay blessed up.